The story begins 800 years in the past and the world is infested with demons, creatures that are almost unstoppable. Humans cannot fight them, and after a while human life is on the brink of extinction. Humanity prays and prays for a savior, and their prayers are answered in the form of godlike beings, called Idaten. These deities go to war for humans and fight against the demons, totally eradicating them. All demons that survived were sealed and captured. To make the seal super strong, almost all the Idaten deities sacrificed their lives. The only deity that survived the battle against the demon tribe 800 years ago is called Rin, who needs to keep the seal protected and train the unborn gods that are still yet to come. Rin is over 800 years old but appears like a young girl. In the present, we see that Rin is training a new generation of Idaten, and currently she is focused on Hayato, who is our main protagonist. The two are engaged in an intense sparring session. Rin is extremely hard on Hayato because he needs to be ready if the demons manage to return. Hayato nor any of the other young Idaten know much about the demons, as it has been so long since a demon appeared. So in the present, Idaten just live pretty peaceful lives. Hayato goes to meet some of his fellow Idaten, the first being called Usli, who appears as a young boy and loves to study. And the two of them then go to meet with Paula. Paula likes to spend time with animals and talks to birds. The birds are telling her that the humans have started to gather at the North Glaciers. Usli speculates that it is some sort of military operation of the Zabal Empire, a kingdom ruled by a demon emperor. The three of them go to investigate the situation, and when they arrive at the glacier, they are shocked to see a large ancient demon that is frozen. We come to discover that the demon's name is Judo-kun. One of the humans leading their mission, called Dr. Ubami, seems to have extensive knowledge about demons. Usli speculates that maybe Ubami isn't even a human and might be a demon in disguise. Judo-kun is eventually set free from the ice, but to everyone's surprise he doesn't attack the humans. Ubami explains that this particular demon is not that evil towards humans but will attack gods the moment he sees them. Judo-kun then spots our three heroes and instantly goes after them. Paula manages to dodge his attack, but only by the skin of her teeth. The humans are scared of the demon and start attacking it as well. Hayato attacks Judo-kun and even manages to knock him to the ground. The humans also get scared of Hayato and his friends, so one of the soldiers shoots Hayato in the head, but the bullet just bounces off. The Idaten are immortal in more than one aspect. Usli and Hayato ensue a fierce battle with Judo-kun, however he is very powerful even for them. Judo-kun even strikes Usli directly in the chest, causing great damage. Paula tries to save Usli, but she is not strong enough. But Usli manages to get free, and even with a hole in his chest he picks up Paula and escapes. Ubami is very impressed with the Idaten and their skills. Suddenly Hayato attacks the demon. He uses all of his training and demonstrates insane power, managing to beat and eventually kill the demon. Ubami then tries to escape on a jet, but he doesn't get very far as Hayato destroys it and captures Ubami to interrogate him. However, it is revealed that Ubami is actually a robot and he self-destructs before Hayato can get any more information from him. After the battle is over, Usli and Paula decide that they need to train extra hard as demons have now become a threat to the world once again. Usli and Paula try to figure out the best way to train as an Idaten. Usli then begs Rin to train them, which makes Rin very happy as her young Idaten finally realize their sacred duty. It is then revealed that the other Idaten can travel around the world to find other young Idaten in order to draw them out. Rin often takes Hayato along, traveling the world looking for new Idaten to train. And Rin begins talking about one of her best students ever, whom she trained for 200 years. Rin starts training with Paula and Usli. She doesn't hold back, destroying Paula and defeats Usli with ease. Usli remembers that this was the reason he never wanted to train with Rin again, as she is way too hard on them. Meanwhile, in a faraway land, the general of the Zabal army, called Piskolat, is leading her forces, destroying everything that stands in their way. In the midst of the chaos, it is revealed that Piskolat is also immortal, as she can sustain any form of enemy attack. Piskolat leads the army with overwhelming power, but is a naive and shy maiden when it comes to intimate matters. Back at training, Paula and Usli slowly start to recover from their beating. Usli explains that because they are gods, they have to train brutally for 100 years to actually become stronger. Paula comments on humans and demons and how it is a mystery why they can't get along. Paula wants to know more about demons and their nature. Rin has flashbacks of when she was very young, about 800 years ago. She remembers crying and being scared of the demons. Her grandfather promised that he will always be there for her, but at some point she will have to protect herself and other Idaten. We then see the demons having a special meeting, where a broken down Ubami shows them a video of the Idatens fighting and killing Judo-kun. Piscalet is surprised that the Idaten are this strong as they haven't been active in centuries. One of the other demons called Cory states that he would defeat them with ease. Their leader appears to be a woman called Nickel who scolds the group, telling them to focus on the objective. Nickel is a captain of the Zobel Defense Force. They all talk about the current number of demons and humans. It seems that there are only 364 demons and not many of them are very powerful. Ubami then states that they can no longer hide from humanity, so must start taking over the planet. As their secret weapon, they decide the first one to attack should be Nickel. Hayato and his friends start to worry that a demon will soon attack them and are worried if they are strong enough. But Hayato assures them that Rin can take down absolutely anyone. Later they begin intense training with Rin again and all three of them go on the offensive. However, Rin manages to dodge all of their attacks and they don't stand a chance against her in combat. Hayato, Paula and Usli start doing combined attacks and finally Hayato manages to land a hit on Rin. Rin commends all three of them as this is the first time in 200 years that someone managed to land a blow on her. She then proceeds to go hard and beat them all up with ease. Suddenly their training session is interrupted when Nickel shows up. Paula starts to feel an evil demonic presence with great power. Hayato goes to meet Nickel who transforms his arm, slashing Hayato directly in the chest, taking him down in an instant. However, Hayato still manages to kick him, which surprises Nickel. Rin arrives at the last moment and tells Paula and Usli to take Hayato and run away. Rin then takes on Nickel who is shocked at how strong she is and the two battle it out for a while. This is the first time ever that Nickel has struggled against an opponent. While fighting, Nickel manages to gain the upper hand but not for long, as Rin dodges his attacks with lightning speed. It is then revealed that Nickel is in fact a demon even though he seemed pretty human. Rin has never faced a demon that had this spectacular form. Nickel explains that their demon king, who is revealed to be Dr. Ubami, created new and improved demons that have intelligence and can blend right in with humans. However, Rin doesn't believe this story and thinks that Ubami may be controlling the demons himself. Either way, she has to eliminate Nickel. Rin pulls out a sword and begins her attack. Nickel tries to use his tentacles to counter, but they aren't of any use and suddenly he feels frozen in space. Nickel doesn't understand why he cannot move, but it is then revealed that Rin took off his head with such speed that he didn't even notice. A demon called G13 watches the battle from a distance and reports back to Piscalet stating that Nickel lost in a matter of seconds. Then suddenly Rin teleports right behind G13 and kills him in an instant. The demons start to panic after realizing that they are no match for Rin or even her students at this point. On the other hand, Hayato has finally awakened after his injury and wants to start training immediately. Rin then breaks his neck and tells him to heal up for a couple more days. The following day, Usli gets into contact with his men who have found the dead demon body that Hayato killed. Usli then gets into contact with Prontia in order to plan their next move together. Rin goes to investigate the Zobel Empire, but she cannot tell the difference between humans and demons there, so she decides that the whole kingdom and its inhabitants must be destroyed. Meanwhile, the demons are in a panic as they didn't expect an 800-year-old Idaten to still be alive. Ubami explains to them that demons need humans to separate the Idaten deities and weaken them. They must also destroy Rin's students before they become too powerful themselves. Usli tries to explain to Rin that they cannot just destroy an entire kingdom as there are a lot of innocent people there. Usli then promises to find Prontia even though he already knows his location. Some time passes and the Zobel Empire prepares their army with the goal of destroying Rin. Rin jumps on one of their ships, but before she takes out the soldiers, she notices that they are all humans. Meanwhile, Usli goes to search for Prontia, who is underwater and hasn't been seen in a while. The reason why Usli has been keeping this from Rin is because Rin and Prontia don't actually get along and Usli has to be sure that they won't fight each other. Prontia and Usli finally meet and Prontia is informed about the whole demon situation. Demons decide to attack a very rich nation and city called Hatina. They are here to lure out Idatens and will use humans to do so. Hayato finally wakes up again and Paula informs him that they are now in a human city, so there will be no further training at this time. They arrive at Prontia's house and Prontia explains that he has connected many computers to his mind so that he can monitor everything. When the group explains to Prontia that he needs to speak with Rin, he goes into a panic and fear of his old master. They tell him that Rin isn't actually angry with him and so Prontia calms down. They then start using the computers to track demons, but then Prontia and Hayato decide to train outside of the city. At first Hayato is skeptical of Prontia as he seems so scared of Rin. The two reach the edges of the town and start fighting. In the first seconds of the battle, Prontia starts using his magic attacks on Hayato. He throws water and fire spells at Hayato, but they aren't effective. Prontia is impressed as those attacks would have easily taken down both Paula and Usli. Hayato is very strong, but he is lacking in something. Prontia thinks that maybe he should be the one to teach him. Ilse then goes to his lab where we are introduced to Dr. Gachikama, and they start to go over the body of Judo Kun. They then start brainstorming theories on how to create a weapon or a virus that could kill demons. It is then revealed that Dr. Gachikama is actually familiar with Dr. Ubami, and seemingly this being has taken over an entire nation. It seems that he has been involved in all sorts of experiments that are focused on genetics and growing fetuses. Usli figures out that the demons are trying to find a way to reproduce so that their population would increase. Tiscalet then attacks Usli and tries to cut him in countless ways, but Usli manages to evade. Usli tries to maneuver around the attacks but then uses light to escape. Elsewhere, Hayato and Prantia are still fighting each other. Hayato starts to get frustrated as Prantia seems to be holding back in their fight. Prantia reveals that he is trying to fight on Hayato's strength level to pick out the weaknesses in his combat. Prantia is about to reveal his weakness, but out of nowhere a giant rock falls on them. We come to find out that Nepot and Kori have arrived to attack Hayato and Prantia. They are two very powerful demons and their mission is to destroy the young Idaten. Kori begins making fun of Hayato and Prantia, thinking they are dead already, when suddenly a pumped up Prantia emerges from the rubble. He doesn't appear hurt or even fazed by the attack as he doesn't hesitate to fight the demons. Prantia then crushes the giant stone and flies in the air to attack. However, his magic does not affect the demons as he thought it would. He then dodges and blocks their counterattacks, realizing that Nepot is actually fierce in combat. On the other hand, Prantia thinks that Kori isn't all that strong. Prantia then tells Hayato to engage Kori and defeat him. Paula also joins the fight and helps Hayato against Kori. So now there are 3 battles happening at the same time. Usli is fighting Piscalet. Hayato and Paula are trying to take down Kori and Prantia is fighting Nepot. Prantia isn't afraid of Nepot one bit and decides to have some fun with the demon. During the fight, Paula starts to theorize on how the demons were actually created. Humans created the Idaten with their thoughts, but the Idaten is what created the demons. Usli also finds out some valuable information from Piscalet regarding Ubami. Prantia is surprised that Usli has changed his behavior and is deep in thought. Usli then reveals that he thinks he has figured out who Ubami really is. Later they meet up with Rin and they come up with a strategy on how to take down the demon empire that lies beneath Zabel. The invasion begins and the Idaten plan to finally defeat the demons and save humanity. They attack and all of them engage in various fights with the demons. Hayato fights a demon called Takeshita, and the two are pretty equal in terms of strength, but Takeshita gains the upper hand on him first. Hayato is strong, but he can't seem to be able to keep up with Takeshita's speed. Meanwhile, Rin goes to confront Ubami. She finally has him in her grasp, and with him dead, the demon empire will also fall. She goes to fight him but notices that he seems familiar. She enters his memories and sees the same past that her grandfather had. After realizing that her opponent might be her grandfather, Rin goes into a state of shock. She doesn't know what to do and drops her sword. One of the demons named Brandy notices this and picks up the sword to go on the offensive. Brandy then unleashes a giant sword slash that even sends Ubami flying and Rin. She goes in for a second strike, however Rin snaps her neck. Ubami is gone and Rin is left heartbroken and confused. She doesn't want to believe that this evil man is her grandfather, but she also wants to talk to him and see him. The battle for the Zabel Empire is still happening. Piscalet and Kori also join in the battle and Hayato returns from his duel. Bakode, an assistant manager at the childcare department of Zabel Empire, manages to hack into Piscalet's data, and with this they manage to find the last of the demons. The war has finally ended for now. Paula and another Idaten called Jill try to find Rin and they are worried that she might be dead. When they find her, they are surprised to see that her body has totally regenerated, but she doesn't seem like her old self. A week passed since has the Zabel Empire fall due to treachery organized by Piscalet and Nepot. It is then revealed that Ubami has gone into hiding and has made Takeshita the new emperor until he gets back. The remaining demons are confused as their demon king is no longer in contact with them. One of the demons, Kureishi, talks to another called Furlandia, and they try to find a way to contact their demon king. They think that since Piscalet and Nepot have joined their side, they must know a way to contact the demon lord. Kureishi finds a human and uses him to get into contact with the demon lord Ubami. Ubami tells him that their every step is being watched, but then reveals the 9 names of the last surviving demons. Police officers then arrive and arrest the man that was used as a vehicle for Kureishi. Miku, one of the last demons, tells the rest of them that they need to keep quiet for a few years and only then should they contact the demon lord once more. A few years go by and we see a deserted island where a couple of demons live. Their names are Meliano and Buzz. Meliano loses her arm to a monster and Buzz goes to attack it. Meliano reveals that it's not a real monster but a child that attacked her. The child was just scared and it ran away. Buzz tells Meliano that without the demon lord they are now no different from monsters. In the 2 years that have passed since the battle, a lot of things have changed. Piscalet and Kori have become friendly with the Idaten, and Usli explores and experiments on them to figure out what makes a demon function. Usli still hasn't been able to find all the demons that have escaped. Piscalet also reveals that if demons don't fuse with a human, they look like giant lizardy monsters with many eyes. Piscalet and Neput go to meet with Buzz and Miliano and find out that the pair have had a demon baby. The baby has escaped and they are unable to find it. Meanwhile, Hayato is training with Paula and Jill, but now he is too strong for them. Hayato has still been taking care of Rin, who has not yet returned to her normal state. Frantia has also stopped showing up to training with Hayato. Cory then shows up and challenges Hayato to a rematch, but Hayato doesn't even remember him. 7 more years pass and Rin is still not back to her normal self. She often gets lost in thought and is barely functioning. One day she spots a giant whale in the ocean and it gets eaten by a demon. Rin starts to think about how whales are rare, but at that moment a demon appears which she starts to get excited about. Rin then dives into the water to hunt for the demon. In the meantime, Hayato and Jill train with Cory and they manage to overpower the demon. It is revealed that Prania has been hunting demons all this time and has just caught and defeated the 4th demon. Prania then informs Usli that the pure-blooded demons have started to mate and reproduce. Usli investigates how quickly demons have started to show up again, and he comes up with a few reasons why. He thinks that the demons are growing so fast and mating because there is so much food for them. In the past, the demons usually ate their own kind, otherwise they would starve. Usli then creates a poster with a big reward for any information about a runaway demon called Miku, as well as the rest of the surviving demons. In the meantime, Miku is being taken care of in their apartment. At one point, Miku goes out and everybody starts attacking her. A random person tries to capture her, but she shoots him in the face. Using her resources, Piscalet confirms a sighting of Miku. In the meantime, Rin is still in the ocean trying to find the demon. Rin then hears some noise coming from the battle above with Cory. She jumps out of the water and attacks him immediately. Paula has to calm Rin down and explain that Cory is a friend. Rin starts to get confused as she just saw a demon in the ocean and now a demon is their ally. She doesn't understand what is happening, but then Hayato arrives and fills her in about everything that has changed in the past few years. Miku goes to meet Piscalet, where she learns a secret about Ubami. It seems that he is actually an Idaten who was born on the other side of the ancient demon seal. Paula and Usli are then captured by demons. However, this gives Rin the strength to regain her sanity and go after her kidnapped students. And this brings the anime to an end. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on another video. Until next time, take care.